Good afternoon, my name is Chris Adam with Youth Pleasure Employers, and I'm delighted to be joined by Abby Taylor from the National Stud. And Abby has prepared a presentation which she's going to deliver to us as part of this employer tour. So, Abby, away you go.
Thank you. Hi there, my name's Abby Taylor. I'm the Education Manager here at the National Stud. The National Stud runs under the Jockey Club, and we are based in Newmarket, and we do an array of different things here at the National Stud, but mainly one of the biggest things that we offer is educational courses to try and get people into the bloodstock industry. So the National Stud has 4 kind of pillars. We have stallions here that stand at stud for mares to come in and visit, to be covered. They were successful racehorses in their time and have produced excellent progeny. We board mares, so we have mares here that get sent to foal down, and also we look after them. We care for their young stock and care for the mares and provide all of the management that they need to be able to be fit and healthy. We also offer sales consignments, so we sell horses on behalf of somebody else, and we do spelling. So we also have kind of racehorses here for rest. So very successful racehorses come here for their holidays. But one of the biggest things that we do is we train the next generation of staff that look after said horses through our stud staff training programs. Bear with me. So I'm going to use this word a couple of times, and it's bloodstock. So what is bloodstock? Bloodstock is any horse that has been specifically bred for the horse racing industry, for horse racing itself. So the variety of different horses, this could include, so we've got foals, we've got weanlings, yearlings, we've got horses that will go over national hunt fences, so jump horses, and we also have flat horses. So there's lots of different types of horses that fit into the category of bloodstock, but they've all been bred for racing. So what opportunities are there for someone that potentially wants to enter the industry? So there's lots of different roles. These are just some of them. It's an endless list, really. So you can consign, so you can be employed to sell horses on behalf of somebody else. So you're prepping them for the sales, and then the sales throughout the year, you take them there and you sell them on behalf of somebody else that maybe not have the facilities to do that themselves. Sales is a great place to be. They're a great place to work. You meet lots of different people from around the world. There's sales internationally, there's sales in the UK. So I've got students that have gone to work the sales in Australia, New Zealand, Germany, Italy, Ireland, and they go, it's a real global industry, the bloodstock industry. You could run a stud. So a stud is somewhere that we breed horses. So you could manage your staff and all of the horses to ensure that you're hitting your objectives. And that's a really, really kind of fulfilling role. It's a big role, but studs, like I said, are global. So there could be opportunities abroad for you. Stallion handlers. So stallions breed, believe it or not, in the northern and the southern hemisphere. So once the breeding season is complete in this side of the season, so in this side of the world, so our breeding season is from January to June, our stallions will breed during those months, but then sometimes they'll get shuttled to the southern hemisphere, so Australia and New Zealand, to do another 6 months. The person that's involved with that shuttling of the stallion and the care of the stallion throughout their time breeding is called a stallion handler. So there are opportunities to be stallion handlers all over the world, but also travel and fly those horses around the world too. A bloodstock agent buys horses for clients and sells them on behalf of clients. You can go into pre-training, so breaking horses, so teaching them how to go and attack ready for the racetrack and ready for a jockey. And then stud groom. So this is actually one of our students helping foal down a mare, and she's gone on to be a stud groom now. But part of her role is working with the stud manager to ensure that all the mares are foaled successfully, all the foals are looked after, and the stud runs really, really smoothly and does all the vet work and the farrier work, but hands-on, very hands-on, as you see with the horses. These are just a couple of the roles. There's lots of opportunities in the industry. If we look at the stud year, so what happens? Jobs fit in accordingly to this year. People move around. There are seasonal jobs, and there are jobs for permanent contracts. In January, we start foaling the thoroughbreds, so the racehorses. from the 1st of January onwards, and then we start breeding from kind of the 14th or 15th of February onwards, then until kind of June. About April, May, our last of our foals are all born. And then when it comes to July and August, last year's foals will be coming in, being prepped for the sales. So that's when sales work comes in. The sales are held between September and December. So we sell yearlings, so they're a year old, July, September, October, and then mares and foals are sold kind of Christmas, end of the year. So that sales work can be 6 months, and then you can go on to the breeding season from January to June. But there's, like I said, there's lots of seasonal jobs available, there's lots of permanent jobs available. So here at the National Stud, like I said, we have really good renowned training courses and brilliant facilities to aid your learning. We have entry to stud employment courses. So this gets people into the industry that have never had any experience working A, with horses, or B, with thoroughbreds before. So we offer a level 1 or level 2 entry to stud employment program. These courses are fully funded, those level 1 and 2 programs. They don't cost anything. We have residents on site here at the National Stud, single ensuite accommodation with a residential chef. The courses are only offered for those that are 18 years and over, but we do offer some work experience for those that are maybe coming up to their 18th birthday. Our level 3 course is for those that have got thoroughbred experience. That's a 26-week course, but I'll talk to you about that in a second. But these 3 courses really offer, it doesn't matter what kind of experience you've got previously, whether it's nothing or quite a lot, they offer something for everybody. And it's really good for people that are looking for a step into the industry and for a career, or even a career change in the world of thoroughbred breeding. The level 1 course, we shorten entry to stud employment to E2SE, gives you a level 1 qualification, so a diploma in work-based thoroughbred care. It's a 6-week residential course, and you learn the very basics of horse handling, a bit of hands-on time with the mares and foals, bit of time on the stallion unit, followed by an opportunity to complete 3 weeks work experience with us here at the National Stud after your 6-week residential course. This is for people that have no experience with horses at all. Never touched a horse, that's absolutely fine. The entry to stud employment level 2 course gives you the diploma in work-based horse care, the breeding option, so a formal qualification. It's an 8-week residential course followed by a 6-month paid job, including accommodation at a stud in the UK. You develop kind of, you should have some horse handling experience. It can be volunteering at a riding school, working with the RDA. It could be just general working for a charity with a bit of horse experience. You can come onto the course and you develop kind of an understanding and the knowledge needed to take care of mares, foals and stallions. The students that graduate after the 6-month placement generally always get full-term, like full-placed normally get full-time jobs after their placements with their employer, and they are placed with some of the most successful breeding enterprises in the UK. The people that have graduated from the level 2 course and completed their placement are now based around the world. I've got people in Japan, I've got graduates that are in Australia working in high-up jobs, Ireland, New Zealand. There's lots and lots of jobs available, and because they've got the 6-month experience behind them and the qualification, it just takes them so far and allows them to do so much. A case study I've got is Emily. Emily came to us, she had an animal management qualification, little knowledge of racehorses or thoroughbreds. She had had some hands-on experience working with carriage horses for weddings previously. We got her a job with Juddmonte, who's one of the world's biggest thoroughbred breeding farms. They have studs in America and the UK. And she said it's the best choice she ever made. And she said, I don't look back. I think everything happens for a reason. I can't see myself doing anything else now. She's still there. She absolutely loves her job. She gets her own accommodation, very good salary, and is very, very content in her role. The level 3 course is a 22-week residential course, but there's 4 weeks work experience in that, so it makes it to 26 weeks. It's the National Stud Level 3 Stud Management and Sales Consignment course. It's for people with some thoroughbred handling experience, and that could be if you've worked with ex-race horses, polo ponies, volunteered at a retraining of racehorse centre. It starts in September, it starts on the 18th of September, and between September and December, the first term in, kind of gives you an oversight of prepping yearlings for the sales, mares and foals for the sales. You get a paid placement, so paid work experience, and you get lectures and practical sessions alongside on things like pedigree analysis, confirmation, sales procedures. You have a short Christmas break and come back to us in January to April. You'll do everything from assisting with the foaling. So all of our students here will assist with foalings. So you have to get your hands on with the foaling mare, learn how to handle mares and foals, work with foster foals, care for the stallions, learn to work with the teasers and in the covering shed, carry out all the vet rounds and the farrier rounds. And then you have an evening lecture program as well. On a Tuesday and Thursday, you attend 1 hour's worth of lectures with vets and industry professionals. And then also you get, once you're signed up to one of our courses, you get continuous career guidance and mentoring throughout your career. Our graduates from the level 3 course go into mainly management positions. So for example, we've got people coming back here into management roles to work for the National Stud. We have people that are also not horse facing and they do office-based roles. They work at the sales, they might go on to be assistant trainers for racehorse trainers. Massive scope in terms of what you can do, but our graduates from all of our courses are extremely successful, and we do try and find you that employment after the course. The level 3 course is running right now. They've got 2 weeks left. They've all got jobs. They're all walking into jobs. I had a student contacted me today. He's going to Australia and he's being offered a position out there. He's very excited, and he's actually flying out potentially with the stallion, which is even better. 6 months ago, he'd never touched a horse before. It just shows where it can take you and what opportunities we can offer. The level 3 course has a very small cost to it, it's $2,300, but we do offer bursaries to cover almost all of the costs if need be. We try to be inclusive as possible and offer opportunities to every individual that's keen to pursue a career in the bloodstock industry. Jamie Smith, he's a case study from level 3. He had a degree. You don't need a degree to come and do the course, but he had one anyway. He did a degree in sport, got some work experience before coming on the level 3. He's just recently been accepted on the Godolphin Flying Start program. He's going into a second year. The Flying Start gives him a 2-year internship to fly around the world to placements in Dubai, Australia, Ireland, and the USA. So he's doing lots of learning en route, and he's just kind of improving his knowledge all of the time. Without the level 3 course, he wouldn't have been able to go and do that. This is Jamie hand feeding one of our newborn foals. And Rob, another example of kind of what background Rob's come in to do, the level 3, he did it last year with Jamie. He'd worked with some thoroughbred previously during COVID in Australia. He got stuck out there when traveling. He had done an animal management qualification, but wasn't sure what he wanted to do. He was very successful and actually won a scholarship from us and a bursary to allow him to go to the USA and work for TaylorMade Studs Farms, very successful enterprise over in America, and he has come back now and has got a very good job in this country working the sales. So this is Rob here. He's grooming one of the mares going for cover. It just shows that you don't have to have all of the experience in the world. You just have to have a really good work ethic and a drive to kind of do it. But the scope for travel, as I said, is massive. So that's it. That's a really quick rundown of all of our courses and what we do at the National Stud and Newmarket. We do have an open day on June the 10th, so it's June 10th, 2023, but do get in contact at students@nationalstud.co.uk if you have any questions or queries, or would like to be talked through the application process. Thank you for listening.